Well, I've got it easier to do. I sleep on the couch in the office, so I'm literally here 24 hours a day, not 7 days a week, but whenever I'm in Washington, I'm at the office. Yep, happy to talk about Keystone, you bet. No, go ahead. Well, I guess the question is, why the delay? Why did the president put it off until after the election, which smells of politics? And, frankly, that's what really upsets the people of America. They recognize there's a problem. They recognize there's a need, and the solution always seems to be hung up at the federal level. If you turn it over to the states or if you turn it over to the private sector, things get done a lot quicker. And so they see the situation, and you're right in the heart of it. You've got a situation in eastern Montana and western North Dakota where there are a lot of trucks on the road, and we especially see it over in Sydney. With not having access at this time to a pipeline, it has to be trucked out. When you've got about 50,000 barrels a day on the trucks, you're destroying your roads. You've got safety issues, and pipelines make sense. And so this thing has been studied, it's been poked, it's been prodded, it's been looked at from every perspective, and we just have to apply some pressure to the federal government. The one thing I've noticed as a congressman, and I'm sure Rick Berg is going through the same thing right now, when I first became a congressman and we were in the middle of a drought and we wanted to open up CRP for haying and grazing, Secretary Veneman, a Republican nominee at the time, told me, she said, yeah, we'll get to it probably within the next couple of weeks. And I said, well, Secretary, you lack a sense of urgency. Cows have to eat every day. It's the same with the pipeline. There's a sense of urgency. It's needed. I don't see the delay. And so if you don't put deadlines on, bureaucrats can take forever to make the right decision. Yeah, I don't have to predict. I mean, it's a fact. Everybody says the jobs that are going to be involved, it's the multiplier effect alone. This is a $20 billion in new spending, but it's a $7 billion project. The good news about it is it's all private. The government is not trying to stimulate the economy, which they did such a poor job with their stimulus plan in the first place. This actually would have qualified as a pretty darn good stimulus plan if they put the money into the Keystone Pipeline, because it's shovel ready. But we're predicting as much as 120,000 new jobs as it relates to the construction, but just think of what it does to the economy as well. Once that pipeline is placed, the crude is starting to flow. Then we need a comprehensive energy policy that talks about streamlined permitting for the purposes of building new refineries so we can do something with the crude. So this all interplays with itself, and just one delay on the construction of the pipeline delays a lot of economic development that can pull us out of this recession much quicker. Well, if there's no 60-day deadline, then the problem is we don't know. If the president says he's going to put the decision off until after the election, what's his decision going to be then? Is it going to be different? Will the pressure have been released to make the right decision? And once again, then he'll cater to the extreme environmental community, which are the big opponents to this right now. The Land and Water Conservation, the Land League of Conservation voters, they're the kind of people that come in and they stop things. And so if this is put off until after the election, the pressure has been relieved, and they may be able to stop this thing permanently.